morning, ladies and gentlemen. I literally just woke up. I survived my first day of camping with about like 50 to 60, mosquito bites. It was pretty intense. The mosquitoes here are vicious. We are in the Everglades. Anyway, today is day 2 of the Everglades. What we're gonna do today is Cooperstown airboat rides. I kind of did some research and I found out that the Cooperstown airboat rides are, I don't know, like the most highly rated ones. There's also the Everglades Gator Park one, which I guess has a meal that you can get, like a gator. You can try gator tail or something, and that's included in your airboat ride. So I think I'm still gonna do the Cooperstown one just because it is. There's a little bit history to it. It's the family's been doing it for a long time. It's 8 people that live in Cooperstown, and this is their family business. So I'll give them a go. And then the second point for today is to head to Homestead, finally. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes here everywhere. I have to fend for myself and hold the camera at the same time. This is hard. Being a traveling videographer is... I'm totally outside of my elephant. Totally outside of my elephant. My element. I don't know. But yeah, the second thing on the list is to go to Homestead. And Homestead is going to be kind of interesting because we want to go see Coral Castle. Coral Castle has a little bit of history on it. Let me tell you a little bit about Coral Castle, or at least what I know. You can fact check this later. But it was built by a man called Edward Leeds Scalnan. And he was a tiny man, okay? He was like 5'1", 5'2", or something, But essentially, he says that he figured out the way that the pyramids were built because he was able to move these giant stones, so, multiple ton stones, coral stones, 3, 4, 5 tons. I guess I'll show you some of those stones as well. But he was able to move these stones completely mechanically, back in the early days without, a crane or heavy lifting equipment or any type of, earth moving equipment, right? So it was just, pulleys, basic kind of, basic mechanics, right? There's also a speculation that, some people overheard that he was singing to the stones, and he had some sort of frequency devices or some electromagnetic maybe attraction or something of that nature, that he was able to, maybe discover anti-gravity and was able to lift those stones, kind of easily. So we'll check it out. I don't know, it's I don't know what I believe yet because I haven't seen it, but I'll let you know kind of at the end my impression of it. So let's see how it goes. I'm still trying to figure out if the sign right here is supposed to say out or just JoJo, or are both these called, is one called Joe and the other one's called Joe, so the two of them make JoJo. Cheese is overrated, and we have alligators. Alligators. So I can get her in this picture. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. It's gonna take like 4 of them for you. That way, if anybody blinked, you got an extra one. Everglades. This is not a swamp or a bayou because none of this water is standing still or stagnant.
However, it
You
only
got
flows
air
about
bubbles
a half a mile a day,
coming out.
making it one of the slowest flowing rivers in the world. Right? Take a long time to get.
I think this is going to be a little bit more of a Floridian experience, a little bit more hardcore.
Males are very territorial. Any male within a mile of this one's den, they would fight
Just
to the
like
death.
all males.
But I said that, and a lady fired back on one of the Jordans and said it's hard enough to deal with one man.
True. So these are 455 Chevy engines. Look at these propeller blades. This thing is pretty intense. You know, I can see some carbon fiber kind of elements and stuff in there as well. Here's your exhaust that comes out to the bottom. And basically you have this super powerful, you know, engine is propelling, this propeller pushes a gust of air kind of this direction. So the way that you steer it is you have these little, you know, flaps. It's just like with air currents, you have a stream. So you actually, you know, yeah, you move the flaps and then you kind of move this. So you have a, that's your radiator up there. That's your radiator, which I guess gets air from that side and then cools down your engine. And then you have your, obviously, battery down there as well to, you know, start your engine. You have a cage all around because, you know, you don't want anybody touching this fan. And then the driver, I guess, sits directly on top of there and has his gas pedal right there. But he sits on top of here, and the way that he steers it is he pulls this lever, you know, one direction, and that kind of changes. There's actually a linkage right there. You see that linkage? That linkage connects to there, connects to those flaps, and moves those flaps side to side. So we got frog legs here on the left, which you can definitely tell by the shape. And then you have gator, the fourth pound of gator. This is the gator. As you can tell, it kind of tastes like fish and beef. It is kind of more meatier than fish, but you can definitely taste the fishy character of it. And then these are the frog legs. So kind of looks like chicken. It kind of looks like a watered down chicken as well. Taste is pretty similar, nothing super fishy or something, you know, doesn't taste bad or anything. So yeah, so that's part 2.
Right over here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a beautiful piece. This is how you know Edward had a very heavy heart.
So that is supposed to be Masonic.
That right there weighs 30
Points
tons.
to the west.
Yeah.
Supposed
They
to be
tell me
Masonic
he did
symbol.
that all by himself at night with a wooden tripod. What?
So this is supposed to be an aquifer that uses this pulley system that he made to pull up buckets, because he's got access to water right there. But you also see the seaweed growing on the steps. That's Ed's cooker. But he wanted to have a council meeting here, Florida Council, huh? Masonic meeting, family meeting, council meeting. Interesting guy. Interesting guy.
Again, man. No, I swear to God, Chevy commercials do a pretty good job, man. So,
And this was his place to relax, right? So this was a meeting with himself where he would, you know, the sun would always be behind him. He would sit here in the evening, afternoon, and early morning and have the sun behind him at all hours of the day.
that's where it gets interesting. Edward actually started taking it all apart and he started transferring it from down there to inside here. The thing is, he didn't know how to drive. He had to hire a 15-year-old boy named Orville. He actually had an old Republic truck.
So this looks like the quarry where he cut some of the stones for the Homestead office location, right? This is, I guess, one of a couple quarries. The other ones were filled in because of safety measures or something. But as you can tell, the bottom of it looks kind of rough. You know, he did this back in the day with no electricity or running water. So I'm guessing he did something, you know, mechanically, or, you know, he had an electromagnet contraption he probably used as well. But those markings over there, they say in the video, they're supposed to be a leaf spring from a car, from a Model T. 30% of Edward's tools.
What do you think people did? Came inside here and ransacked a lot of his stuff. That's what they did. That's the only reason why we only got 30% of Edward's tools. Upstairs, that is his living quarters. We're unable to go up there today because of the whole pandemic. They really don't want.
Looks like it has a hand crank. You spin it. Looks like it has magnets on the side of it, embedded in it. A lot of these things that looks like a grinder. Some sort of pulleys and different. Those are the leaf springs. Pulleys. I don't know what those are. Hey guys, so today on the airboat ride, which you've seen, at the very end there was a segment which I didn't record. Our tour guide took out one of these, it's called sawgrass. So these long stalks, they look kind of like this, and they poke out of the water, and you can't see it anyway if I show you, but they have these tiny teeth on their edges. And if you stroke it one way, you're fine. But if you stroke it the other way, it cuts into your skin. And this is really intense because there's some, you know, Native American tribes that still live out there in those grasslands in the middle of like the Everglades, and it's really, really scary to kind of go there. Like it is very uninhabited. Well, it's very inaccessible. So there might still be tribes out there, the original tribes that were pushed down from the, you know, American colonists or whatever, the generations obviously. But there might still be tribes there that have not seen the white man, or maybe they don't have technology because they can't really get in there because of, you know, the animals, the panthers, the, you know, bears and deer and everything that's in there, but also because of the tall sawgrass, and it's just so inaccessible, right? So part of what makes it inaccessible is this sawgrass, and it's very interesting in shape. It has layers. You literally peel it. I've already got the two pretty much last layers, but it is kind of it fits together. They're like triangular shaped. I can't show that to you guys, but they are triangular shaped, you know? So very interesting. And the most important part of it, at the end you can see I've bitten off a piece because the tour guide actually gave it to me and said, hey, try this. If you're short on food, you can literally bite off an inch to like an inch and a half from the very bottom, and it's supposed to taste like, you know, heart of palm, sort of that, I don't know, like a heart of palm to sort of taste. It's, you know, it has no health benefits or something, but it'll keep enough food in you so that you can, you know, not die from starvation essentially. So I wanted to show you guys that before I throw it out, and I thought that was a little neat point. All right, thank you. Peace.